All right, this is a quick video on how to use the ribbons that are in your Bible. Now, this might seem kind of simple to some people, but perhaps there are people that don't really think about this too much. So why two ribbons? Well, first of all, one ribbon is used for the Old Testament and one ribbon is used for the New Testament. So I will use this to keep track, obviously, of my reading schedule. So, for example, the next book that I'm going to be reading is Job, all the way to the end of Song of Solomon. So that's my next reading segment. Right now, this should actually be in the Gospel of Luke. This is where I'm at right now. I'm at chapter 5, Fishermen Follow Jesus, right here. So I just finished chapter 4 last night, and I'm starting this morning with chapter 5. Once I'm done the Gospel of Luke and John, then I will flip over, which will probably be tomorrow. I will flip over to the book of Job and finish all those books, hopefully by the end of Sunday. Then on Monday, I can start my 5th read of the entire Bible, going through the Bible in its entirety. So then what I would do on Monday, for example, is I would take this and I would start at the book of Genesis, even though it's pretty straightforward. That's the next book I'm going to start with. But then for the New Testament, I'm going to be starting right. And this just helps me keep track, honestly. It's an easy way to keep track. I start the book of Romans. Boom. And then I will go all the way to the end of Philemon. I'll stop at Hebrews. I'll go to Philemon. Then I'll go back to the Old Testament, and I will continue on with Judges. So that's kind of how I bounce back and forth between the Old Testament and New Testament. And these ribbons actually help me, so I don't have to write everything down where I'm at and all this kind of stuff. Because it's a habit, I just know where I'm going next. And like I said, when I get to Genesis, I'm reading the Torah. I'm reading the first 5 books of the Bible before I jump to Romans. And then I'll go Romans all the way to Philemon. And once I'm done Philemon, I'll go back and start with Judges and go all the way to the end of 2nd Chronicles. And then I'll jump back to the New Testament and I'll hit Hebrews, Revelation, back to the Old, and then I'll finish off the New Testament with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and then finish off the Old Testament with Job all the way to Song of Solomon, kind of like what I'm doing right now. So hopefully you get something out of this. Ribbons are very important to me, especially when I divide up my reading schedule between Old Testament and New Testament. This just helps me to keep track of where I'm at. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.